Hello, my name is Richard Webb. Pretty much going to tell you about my life. Started off like any other thing. Me and Valerie met when we were in high school. We were high school sweethearts. We dated all the way through. Got married fresh out of high school. I came to work at a construction company. We were married for about 2 years, and we had our first child. First couple years was hard. I was kind of a butthead, I guess you could say. Started off life thinking about myself, thinking about what I wanted out of life. 2 years later, we had our kid. Trip came along. He was perfect, sweet as a button. We were having financial problems because I worked, but I didn't work as hard as I could. Traveled a lot. Valerie got to where she was staying more at her mama's house with the baby than she was staying at our house. Valerie would come home sometimes she wouldn't. It went like that for about 2 years. A rocky road, didn't know what the outcome of our family would be. Later, we have another child. That was Gracie. When Gracie came along, it was a big difference. Like I said, when Trip was born, come out, no problems, everything was great. Just a loving, big-hearted kid. And he grew up to be a big-hearted man. But Gracie, when she was born, we had a little bit of a surprise. When she was born, she had spinal bifida. When she was born, the sac pretty much popped. Well, we had her in Hawkinsville, Georgia, late at night, and when she was born, I seen her come out, and I seen her back and how bad off it was. You thinking of, just like my first one, I thought it's gonna be perfect just like it was before. God's handed me an angel right now, and everything's perfect. Never thought about it any other way that anything could be. Well, I saw her for about, it seemed like a second, and they rushed her off, and then I lost it. I wish I hadn't, but I lost it, and I left the room and went outside and yelled at God and yelled at just why. Didn't know why. Got my thoughts halfway back together. Got there and talked to Valerie, and she's coming beside herself too, and they're getting the baby ready because she's not doing good. And getting sent her to Macon because there was nothing that they could do where we were at in Hawkinsville. So they sent her to the Coliseum Hospital in Macon, Georgia. And I remember I had to drive my truck from Hawkinsville to Perry, and I was going to ride to Macon with my parents. Because Valerie couldn't leave. She was at the hospital, and they wouldn't let her leave that hospital. And I drove. That was the longest drive of my life. I drove from Hawkinsville to Perry. Probably about a 15-30 minute drive. Seemed like forever. I cried and wondered, and we got there, and Gracie was in the intensive care there, and the doctor there that was there that night was giving me no hope. I got so mad at him because he kept calling them these babies, and I said, it ain't these babies, it's my baby. Until you walk this line, you don't understand. But, because as a father and a man, you want to have control. You want to be able to do what you can for your kid. And you can't. Well, next morning, the surgeon was coming in that was going to try to put Gracie's back together. You got to remember, it popped, so all her nerves, everything was, loose, and we didn't know if she was going to make it. The last thing I was thinking that she'd walk or anything like that. We were mainly worried if she was going to be a part of the family. Well, that doctor came in. He one of the best doctors. He come up to me and he said, "I can do the surgery. There ain't no doubt in my mind." He said, "But if it was my daughter, I'd send her to Atlanta." They deal with that every day. They know what they're doing, and there's a doctor there named Dr. Reisner that will take care of Gracie. So I agreed. I told him, if that's what you think, I definitely don't know. So they sent her off again. I think I rode with my parents again to Atlanta. And when I got there, Gracie was already there because she ran an ambulance all the way up with the lights running. And when she got there, she had to go straight to surgery. And I talked to Dr. Reisner. He came and talked to me. And he said, "Keep her open." He said, she's a strong girl. And she's a fighter. She'll be all right. And I was like a big baby now, but I look worse then. The doctor, he's trying to comfort me, and I told him, I said, "You're my angel right now. You're the only thing that can save my daughter." And he said, "I want you to think of this when we go back there to surgery." He says, "I got a couple of surgeons that's going to be in there with me. And one of them can't walk. Has to have helpers to walk. And she's going to help me do the surgery." And she had spinal issue. So I signed all the papers I needed to sign. She went into surgery. It seemed like forever. Barry got there at the end, and we waited. She came through the surgery. Everything was good. Doctor come in, said everything was closed up. Everything was good. Said that she went through it fine. Told us what we got to watch out for. Now we got to worry about infection. Make sure everything else is good. And told we're gonna have a long recovery. She was in ICU at Scottish Rite in Atlanta for it seemed like forever. I think Valerie for sure how long we were there, but we sat there. We'd go outside to get some fresh air, and we'd cry with people that lost their children. We'd stand behind people that just coming in. Be thankful for the ones that are recovering. You meet a lot of people, and you learn that you don't have to control what you think you have. Everything was in hope. I remember Valerie was with the baby, and me and my mama went to the doctor to see Dr. Reisner a couple of days after surgery, and I was still just tore to pieces because I ain't never been in a situation I never thought about. I went, we were sitting in the waiting room, and the door opens, and this little girl comes in. She's in a wheelchair. Sweetest little girl you ever seen in your life. She's like an angel. She come up, she just talked to me, talked to my mama, and she was more
full of life than anybody I've ever met. And she was in a wheelchair. And it made me feel, just after getting done talking to her, I had a different outlook. I knew that we're going to beat this, and no matter what, we're going to make it through it. So we did. And like I said, we sat there. Show you a picture. Sits at my desk. I look over at this every day. That's my family at the time. That's me, that's Trip, that's Gracie. Valerie. She sat there in that bed for a long time. Well, me and I sat there too with her, take turns. And I remember one day, pretty much the day that pretty much changed my life, sitting there, and Valerie was in there with the baby. She come out, take a little bit of a break, so I went in. And I went there, I put my finger down. And it's the first time she grabbed my finger. She grabbed my finger, she just grabbed it real tight. And I knew she was strong. And I talked to her. I told her, I'm your daddy. I'm gonna do what I got to do to make it work. And prayed to the Lord. I said, help her. Don't worry about me. Help the child. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I talked to her. And I made my mind up. That day, that minute, that life is changing. And I was going to go to work. I was going to work on being a better husband. I was going to work on being a better father. And I was going to work on being a better man. And I was going to work. And I was going to work for my family. And I did. Well, Grace stayed in the hospital for a while. She got it. She got out of it. Everything went good. We never, you know, and when she got a little older, she was getting movement in her legs. Nobody thought that she'd ever walk. I'll tell you the kind of girl Gracie was. We were at the doctor. This is after everything. She's went through all her therapy. She's went through all her hard, you know what I'm saying, times, all her surgeries. And she just started walking, and walking good. And they put helpers on her legs. We call them helpers. Little plastic things to help her strengthen up her legs, to help her walk straighter. And we went to Atlanta, and we seen Dr. Rye talking about us, about how amazing it is, of how everything went back together, everything worked, because she shouldn't be walking. And the funny thing about that day was the doctor told her to walk to him. She walked to him. She turned around. He said, walk away from me. She did. He said, turn around. And he made a joke and he said, jump. That baby jumped. And I said, well, don't tell my youngin' to do something if you don't want her to do it, because she's going to do it. Everything changed from then. She made it through life. She don't let nothing slow her down. She does what she wants to do. She's gonna conquer life. True. She couldn't ask for a better brother to love her, take care of her, you know. So, I mean, I can't ask for nothing else. Like I said, I wasn't a religious person. I am now. We all have hope. I say it all the time. Me and my wife always say that everything happens for a reason. And I believe it does.